Hello, Miss Hind. How are you?
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Haytham, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
Alhamdulillah. Yeah, I'm good. Alhamdulillah. Today was a bit busy because I had a lot of chores to do and I had a lot of many errands to go in order to, I had to commute my children from and to the club and from and to lessons. Life is really busy in Egypt.
May Allah bless you.
Sorry?
May Allah bless you.
Thank you very much, and may Allah make it easy for all of us. So, Haytham, where do you live? Do you live in Egypt?
No, I live in Saudi Arabia, in Al-Ihsa.
Oh, where? Ihsa?
Yes.
Al-Ihsa, are you leading a good life? Do you enjoy your life in Ihsa?
Yes, so much. It's a very quiet city.
Yes, it is a very quiet city.
Like Hurghada, for example.
Like what? Hurghada?
Like Hurghada, yes.
Is it a coastal city?
No, actually, no. There is no any. There is a sea, but it's a little bit far.
It's far away from where you live.
Yes.
All right. So, how far it is from the place?
Maybe 45 minutes.
Oh, so it's not that far.
Yeah.
Whenever, if you ask compared to the destinations in Egypt, it's not very far. 45 minutes.
Yes,
time that I usually take in order to see mom.
Yes. You know, when I was in Egypt, when I was living in Egypt,
Yeah.
to move from the place I live to visit my father, it takes at least 2 hours and a half.
See? Oh my goodness. 2 hours and a half?
I was living in pyramids beside the Haram Hospital, and my father was living in Obur City.
Yeah. So your father is a neighbor, Haytham.
Your neighbor.
Yeah, he's my neighbor. I live in Obur City too.
Very good.
Oh yeah, good news. Oh, so that's a long destination, a very long one.
Yes, I had also a flat in Obur City, but I sold it maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and I already bought a new flat in Haram beside my work.
Okay. So yeah, you had this apartment in Haram City because it's close to your workplace?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. But before, where were your parents living? In Obur City? Before you get married, I mean.
Before I get married, we were living in Salam City.
In where?
In Salam City.
Yeah. Oh, it's so close by Obur City. Yeah?
Yes, as well.
Oh,
yes.
Right. Okay. So you are the one who chose to go far away from them.
No, I'm not the one who chose, because I was living in Hurghada for 1 year. My companies, they opened a new branch in Al Haram City. In Al Haram, so I moved from Hurghada to Egypt, to Cairo.
I see.
Yeah. That's why it was very far to live, because my work was in the Haram area. I was working in this Russian tourism company.
Yes, I see. Oh, okay, great. Well, and it's wonderful that I finally found someone who's saying that Al-Ihsa is a nice city, because most of the people who are living there are saying that it's a too quiet city, to the extent that you feel like you're so bored of living there, because there are no facilities. There are no facilities to guarantee a good life, or an easy life.
Yes.
There are no places for getting out or for hanging out with friends, for example. Not too many malls, or not enough malls to live there, etc. But some people find it really relaxing to live in such places. So that's good. That's good. And how about your wife and kids? Do they enjoy their being there too?
Yes, they like it so much.
Very good. Alhamdulillah. Yani, it's a blessing that you guys have the same interest and you have the same attitude towards the place where you live. Alhamdulillah. Good.
Yes,
Great.
because we were living in Hurghada and Lahore city and the Haram, and those places are quite quiet.
Yeah, they are very quiet and peaceful. Yes, they are. Yes, I agree with you. Okay, Muhammad Ali, hello. Asma,
Hello.
Muhammad Ali, hold on just a minute, please. I will come back to you
Yeah.
after a while. I just want Asma to write down just a note to tell everybody that we're here. All right? It's only the four of us.
I have already done this.
All righty. Thank you very much. How are you, Asma?
Fine, alhamdulillah.
Is everything okay?
Yes, alhamdulillah.
Where are your kids? There's no noise around you. And that's weird.
The three of them are around me right now.
Oh, really? And why are they so silent? What happened to them?
They're so quiet as usual.
Oh, really? Not to that extent. Not to that extent. They like to share the mic with you all the time.
Yes, I know. They are studying, actually. They have a lot of things to do tonight.
Oh, really? They're too young, Asma, to have many things to do, you know?
Actually, don't stop studying. Maybe all the time we have a lot of lessons, especially because we are at the end of the year. So we have to prepare for the final exams.
Oh, I see. And that's quite tough. I know. It's the hardest time for mothers, usually throughout the year. I believe that the last 2 months are the toughest 2 months throughout the whole year for mothers, especially for those who would like to teach the kids and share their interests and stuff. May Allah make it yes, inshallah. How old is your oldest? You told me before.
Grade 5.
Grade 5.
Turning 11.
All right, she's turning 11, mashallah. May Allah bless her. All right, so grade 5, yes, in an international school. Which school is she in?
In منارات المدينة.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Now let me give you some very good news. I don't know whether you know this or not. But the whole Manarat has been sold to GEMS, which is a British organization.
Yes, they told us that last year, but actually this year nothing happened.
Oh yes, the GEMS were about to buy the school last year. Till the owner of the school has decided to raise the amount that he asked for. And unfortunately, the owner of the GEMS refused to get it for that very high price. But I believe that this year there was an agreement between them to buy it, and it is already sold, alhamdulillah. But I don't know about I believe that they are going to change the whole staff according to their own vision and point of view. So I'm not very sure whether the upcoming policy will suit us or not. Let's see. We are expecting all the Manarat branches to turn over to something better, inshallah. And we all know that Manarat overall is a very amazing school. I hope that it continues to be on the same level, if not to the better, inshallah.
We hope so.
Oh, Ameen, Ya Rab. Ameen. Okay. Mohammed, how are you?
Yes, and how are you?
I'm good. How is your life at your end?
Alhamdulillah, everything is moving well.
Okay, how's life treating you? Is it too harsh, or life is taking you simply?
Sorry, Hind, the voice is not clear enough to hear you well.
I was asking you, how's your life? Is it harsh, or your life is going smoothly?
My life never going smoothly.
Your life never goes
always
smooth.
Hard, but I enjoy it.
Oh, you enjoy having struggles in your life? Yeah?
I used to. Actually, I used to.
I'm used to. So you're a life fighter.
Ah.
Fighter?
Fight, of course. Yes, I'm a fighter.
All right. And what makes you believe that you're a live fighter, Mohammed?
Holland, actually, I'm working now. I'm responsible about the whole of the kingdom in my company, as I have got promoted. I have gotten promoted from maybe 1 year and a half.
أيوة بقى.
And you know here the market in Saudi.
Promoted to be what?
The
Tell me.
market. Now I've been promoted to be as a business unit manager.
Yes,
Business unit manager. It's me that responsible for the marketing and sales for one of the lines.
Responsible for. We're not responsible about. We're responsible for.
Okay.
All right. So
yeah,
you're
that's responsible for one. For a whole project all over the kingdom.
Okay.
And actually.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's burdened me a lot actually.
Yes.
Sometimes I feel like I'm down in the dump actually.
Yes. You're overloaded.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I think you hear about some struggling here in the market of the Saudi Arabia concern regarding the pharmacist situations, the Saudization policy. Here, the government wanted to practice. All of that, plus also the cash, the flow in cash in the major hospital accounts, especially the military one, the institutions one. All of these issues actually make us very struggling here in Saudi Arabia. You cannot put a plan for 5 years. Actually, now we are working on plan for 2 years, 1 year, 3 years. To build a business here.
To build.
Actually, when you work about to build. Build. Yes, yeah. To build a business here, actually, you want minimum 3 years. And the market should be stable.
Yes.
Minimum 3 years, and the market should be stable in order to put on growth plans.
Yes.
Hiring, something like that. That's what make my job very hard.
But hold on.
You have to be a fighter.
Mohammed, are you thinking seriously about having or starting your own business in the kingdom?
No. For me, I can't. From 2 years ago, actually.
Don't say from and ago. Don't fall in this trap.
Okay.
It's just 2 years ago. Don't say from.
Okay, that's nice.
So 2 years ago.
2 years ago, I thought about to start my own business here in Saudi Arabia. But actually nowadays with the new regulation, I forget about it completely. You
forgot about it?
The market is not.
Okay. Because
about the idea actually, because the market is not stable. In any time, maybe the new regulation will come up and stop and put a new regulation that burden your business.
Oh, I see.
So nowadays, that's why I'm looking forward to make an immigration to Australia.
We don't make immigration, Mohammed. We don't make immigration. We immigrate. That's why I'm thinking of immigration or migrating too.
Migrating too. Okay. Yeah, but that's why I'm thinking about migrating. Yep.
Yes. Or immigrate, not migrate. Immigrating.
Immigrate.
Yes.
Okay. That's why I'm thinking about immigrate to Australia. And actually, the good news already, my experience certificate, I sent it from maybe 1 year.
Yes.
And I am lucky enough to accept, and they already accept my experience certificates maybe from 3 months before.
Any from 3 months ago? 3 months ago. They accept
3 months ago, yeah.
Yes.
I have to make it as a habit, yeah.
So it is a bad habit then. So my certificate of experience has been approved, from their side 3 months ago.
3 months ago.
All right,
and
amazing.
Now the second step, I have to submit the IELTS one.
Okay, it's only the IELTS that hinders you around, that hinders you back, right?
There's a second step.
Okay,
actually.
Which is what?
The third step, I can go there and looking for a job there. And now
go and look. Yeah, Mohammed. and عاملة زي حرف العطف عندنا بالعربي. ما نقدرش نعطف اسم على فعل مثلا. يعني ما تقدرش تقول ذهبت أحمد سوري ذهب أحمد ومثلا إلى المدرسة. ذهب أحمد وإلى المدرسة وحرف العطف. لكن الصح انك تقول ذهب احمد وتاخر عن المدرسه مثلا، يعني صح؟
اوكي.
يعني
صح.
لازم يكون الحاجه اللي قبل and من نفس كينونه الحاجه اللي بعد and. يعني لما اقول ازاي اقول I travel and I verb زي اللي قبله. ما ينفعش اقول I traveled وبعدين I hope. I traveled to France and I enjoyed my stay there. Like I traveled to France and I enjoy. Unless you want to speak about a fact or a habit. Okay? You got it?
Okay. Got it. Okay.
يلا ها.
Okay. Yeah, كمل.
ايوه yes please.
Okay. احنا وقفنا لغايه فين بقى؟
وقفنا لغايه and.
and طلعت غلط.
Okay, so the main idea is that now there's a
so I will start.
Yes.
Okay, it's okay. I will start before that. Okay, second step, I already have my experience certificate have been approved and accepted from the marketing and sales Australian organization, the Australian market and sales organization. That was my first step. Actually, now the second step, I have to submit an IELTS certificate with 7 in each band score as a minimum.
Okay.
If it will give me 10 points, it will give me 10 points. But if I success to have 8 in each band scores, now I will.
If I what?
If I
success.
لا. Succeed.
Yes.
If I succeed, yes. If I succeed to have 8 in each band score, in each band, now I will get 20 points.
How many? 20 points.
I am working on it. 20 points.
All right.
So I'm working now on it.
All right.
Hopefully I will do my best.
طيب. Honestly
this is my second step.
Mohammed, hold on.
Yeah.
I believe that you still have some struggles with your speaking skills. In order to get this band score 7, you just need to do some more practice. It won't be that easy to get a band score 7 with these mistakes that we're still observing. All right?
Right. Okay.
For that reason, you need to be more committed to the home assignments that are usually sent to you. And when I say the home assignments, I mainly mean the number 1, the grammar lessons that are sent on daily basis, because I believe that this is number 1 aid for you. Aid means yeah. So please do not skip the home assignments that are usually sent to you on daily basis, and apply them whenever you speak. We don't just learn them for the sake of learning. Okay? We learn the grammar in order to practice these grammar rules. Okay? So don't skip them. Read them very carefully.
Okay.
Also for the podcasts that we usually send to you on daily basis, you need to listen to them. Write down the new vocabulary or the idioms that you learn from these articles or podcasts. Okay? That would help you a lot improving your English as fast as you can. Try to join any speaking practicing room courses or whatever, because that would definitely help you improve your speaking. Try to find someone to speak to along the day.
Okay.
Maybe can be your wife, your partners, your mates here. Okay. They were begging for someone, Izzat and Mohammed Uq, they were begging for someone to share speaking with them. Please, you need to put some effort in practicing more and more and more. Mohammed. طيب.
Okay, I hear you well, Asma. It's with you.
All right. So you're following me. Okay. So today, inshallah, no one. Okay. All right. Asma, no problem. I'm fine with that. So today, inshallah, we're going to explain. I just need to. Asma, are they all taking the academic module? Only.
I will ask them.
The general? Huh? Asma?
Yes, hello. I will ask them. Actually, I sent on the group several messages, but some of them read them, but they didn't reply.
Okay.
I will send and ask them once more.
What about Yumna, Aya, Fatima, and the ladies? I believe that they're going to take the general test. That's quite weird. I'm afraid that they may have gotten my message wrong. So please tell them that they have to attend the session. All right?
Okay.
They are taking the general module. Okay, so inshallah today we're going to talk about the IELTS writing general. Okay? First of all, we have to know that how long does it take for the writing? Yalla shabab, open your microphones and start answering me now. How long does it usually take? The writing section.
1 hour.
It takes 1 hour. How many essays to be written? How many sections? 2 sections. Right. Very good. Section 1 is usually
Section 1.
Yes, very good. Section 1 is usually a letter, and section 2 is usually an
paragraph of 25 words.
Which is an essay. It's called an essay. Essay. All right, an essay, which is maqala. They want us, or they ask us to write an essay about a certain topic. All right. So since we will be given just 1 hour, which is 60 minutes, we'll have to divide these 60 minutes on the given tasks. Actually, for task 1, they ask us to write only 150 words. All right, for task 1, 150 words, or not less than 150 words. For task 2, they ask you to write 250, not less than 250 words. Okay? And for this reason, if you're taking the paper-based one, the paper-based test, you need to know the average of the number of words you usually write for each line. Okay? So, for example, if you have a big handwriting, you will usually write not more than 7 words in a line. If your handwriting is an average handwriting, it's not too big or too small, you will write, I think, you will write 10 words per line. So in task 1, if you're writing 10 words per line, in task 1, how many lines should you write?
25 at least.
25.
15 for task 1 and 25 for task 2. Good. But yes, and this is the least number of words that you should write. But again, I don't think 15 lines will be enough, because sometimes I believe that you won't be able to write 10 words in every line. Maybe some lines will have less than 10 words for this reason. If you're required to write 15, then write 17. If you're required to write 25, then write 27. Just in case, right? Okay? Because you won't be penalized for writing more than 150 or more than 250. But you will be penalized for writing less than this number. This is in case you're taking the paper-based test. If you're taking the computer-based test, it's going to be a little bit more comfortable, because you will have the words that you wrote will be calculated automatically. Okay, so they're going to tell you below the screen how many words have you written. All right. Hello, Fatima. Okay. So again, For the writing section, we'll have 1 hour, write 2 sections, section 1 and section 2. If you're taking the general module, section 1 will be a letter, section 2 will be an essay, okay? So for task 1, you will assign only 20 minutes out of the 60 minutes. Again, for the first task, which is writing a letter, you will assign 20 minutes for writing this task. And the rest of the 60, how many?
40 minutes.
Good. So 40 minutes will be assigned for task
2.
2. Very good. But will you be able to just write without going through the what you wrote before? Or you will need to go through the page once more and revise what you have written in order to fix your mistakes? You have to proofread your whatever you wrote. So whatever you wrote. So my advice to you is to give, well, we can say 17 minutes for task 2 and 37 minutes for task 1 and 37 minutes for task 2. This will give you 5 to 6 minutes for the proofreading process, so that you can read whatever you wrote in both tasks and correct whatever mistakes you may observe. Yes, yeah.
We were going to write using pencil.
Yes, they ask you to write using pencils. They take all your belongings, including your watch, your mobile phone, your purse, your cross bag, or whatever backpack you're having, whatever. They take it away until you're done with your test, and they will only give you a paper, an eraser, and they will tell you if you're taking a paper-based exam. There in the exam hall, there will be a very big and clear clock where you can watch your time, okay? And they make sure that it is seen to everyone. It's reachable to everyone. Everyone can see the time. Okay?
Okay.
Right. Now, we will talk about something. Fatima, can you hear me well, my dear?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good. Why are you late? Are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay, but I was having some trouble with the connection.
The connection. All right, Fatima. If you've had any kind of problems with any of the previous sessions, please text me. All right, so that I can send you the recordings.
Okay.
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 All right. Thank you very much. Now, I just would like to share something very important with you. Now we need to know, how are we going to be evaluated? All right? How are we going to be evaluated? Actually, these are the band score descriptors, okay? And it is the public version where we have to have a look. We should have a look at what is written here and what is meant by these 4 criteria, okay, on which we are evaluated. Here, if you may see, this is the British Council and the IDP, which belong, and the University of Cambridge as well. These are the 3 main institutions that are concerned with the IELTS test. All right? Okay, here we go with the different band scores that we may see here. If you may see my mouse, can you see the mouse?
Yeah.
Yes, good. So if you start with the band score 6, band score 7, 8, and band score 9 here, all right? If you just look at these band scores, you need to read very carefully what is required from you. So if you're willing to get a band score 8, this means that you have to get all or to cover all these points in task achievement, coherence and cohesion, lexical resource, شو سلمى lexical resource and grammatical range and accuracy. All right? Again, task achievement, coherence and cohesion, lexical resource, and grammatical range and accuracy. What do you think task achievement means? Coherence and cohesion, let's say. You're willing to get a band score 8. You need, for the task achievement, you need to sufficiently address all parts of the task. This means that you have to cover all the required points in the given task. Number 2, presents a well-developed response to the questions with relevant, extended, and supported ideas. Okay? So your ideas should be very relevant, extended, معناها you have to start with the main idea, then supporting details and examples. Okay? Also, well-developed response to the question. Well-developed يعني نشوف مثلا لو عندنا advantage, disadvantage. Essay, for example, what should we write in the beginning? What should we write in the introduction, the body paragraphs, and the conclusion? This is a well-developed response. Okay? So this is when it comes to the task achievement. So if you do this, you will get a band score A. For the coherence and cohesion, it means, coherence and cohesion means what? Means the sequences information and ideas logically. All right? What does it mean to sequence information and ideas logically? It means that you need to organize your information and ideas in a logical way. So for example, you cannot write the supporting details first and then you write down the main ideas. Or for example, you cannot write what? You cannot start with the conclusion before you write an introduction. Okay? So this is what is meant by sequence information and ideas. Number 2, manages all aspects of cohesion. Well, all aspects of cohesion means all right? So manage all aspects of cohesion well. Cohesion means what? What's cohesion? Cohesion, ladies and gentlemen, means understanding the topic or the given task. This is the cohesion. Cohesion is understanding. So whether you manage all aspects of cohesion well, okay? Also, if you're using good transitions from one paragraph to another, from one idea to the other, etc. All right? Finally, using paragraphing sufficiently and appropriately. Paragraphing means what? Do you guys know what's paragraphing? Paragraphing means, I cannot write, for example, like this, lines that run after each other. This is totally wrong. Paragraphing means that I have to write in paragraphs. And paragraphs معناها I start with the first paragraph, then I leave a blank line, move to the second paragraph, blank line, and move to the third paragraph, etc. Understand? This is what I mean by the word paragraphing. And then every paragraph, you have a separate idea that you illustrate with main idea, supporting details, and examples. Clear enough? Okay? So what What do you expect if you're writing in running lines like these? What will you miss? You will miss the coherence and cohesion score. Okay? Maybe you may get 4 out of the 9 marks that you will deserve. That's why paragraphing is really important. Number 3 is the lexical resource. Lexical resource. And lexical resource in English means the vocabulary that you're using, whether you're using wide range of vocabulary or not. Okay? Also, if you're fluently and flexibly conveying your meanings, if I can easily understand what you want to express, this is very important because your vocabulary might be, and we have seen this before, right, Asma? Some people write very high range of vocabulary words, but when you put them together, you feel like you do not understand what's being written, you know? This means that you have to convey precise meaning, which is precise means exact, and something that is understood. Skillfully uses uncommon lexical items, but there may be occasional inaccuracies in word choice and collocations. يعني معناها إنه you need to use uncommon vocabulary in order to get a band score 8. Uncommon means high range of vocabulary, okay? But what makes us يعني, a little bit reassured إنه they allow you to make some occasional mistakes, okay? Especially when it comes to the word choice or collocations. Collocations means putting 2 or 3 words together. Finally, produces rare errors in spelling and or word formation. Spelling, يعني ده معناه إنه if, for example, if you're writing or if you wrote 270 words, 2 or 3 spelling mistakes were spotted, then it's okay. All right? Word formation, معناه إيه word formation? يعني the parts of speech. You put a noun instead of a verb, or a verb instead of a noun, an adjective instead of an adverb, etc. This will be accepted as well. But only if you see rare, rare, يعني نادر جدا. نادر يعني it's not repeated. All right? And finally, we'll move to the grammatical range and accuracy. Grammatical range and accuracy. What does this mean? Grammatical range and accuracy, and mainly it's about ايه يا جماعة؟ ها؟
grammar.
grammar. Very good. طيب والجرامر احنا أول ما اتكلمنا خالص قلنا إيه؟ Are we allowed to use only simple sentences?
No.
What else should we use?
Past perfect.
لا. When we're talking about the different types of sentences, قلنا عندنا simple sentence, عندنا إيه كمان؟
Complex sentence.
Complex وإيه كمان؟
Present continuous.
ها؟ لا.
Present continuous.
No.
Complex, simple, complex.
For using the fanboys make what type of a sentence?
Complex sentence.
Compound.
Compound.
Remember, the fanboys live in a compound. This is what I told you.
Yes.
All right? So we have simple sentences, compound sentences, complex sentences, and compound complex sentences. Please refer back to this worksheet and the PDF file that we sent you previously at the beginning of this course. This is very important. All right?
All right, okay.
And remember that we said that, especially during the speaking practice, we said that we cannot keep on giving short chunks of sentences. All right, like for example, you cannot keep, you cannot, for example, say, I like to travel. Tourism is a very strong sector in my country. In our society, tourism takes a very wide range. For example, you can't give very short, or you cannot say, for example, I live in a flat. It consists of 2 rooms. One of them is a bedroom. The other room is a dining room. I like this flat very much. My wife doesn't like it. See, do native speakers do this?
Okay, I can. Okay.
My question is, do native speakers speak in this way?
No.
Why? What's missing?
Conjunction.
Huh?
Conjunction.
Very good. What's missing here? Convention, you're saying?
Conjunction.
Conjunction. Good. Yes. What are conjunctions used for, or used to?
Compound and complex tenses.
Good. They are used to join sentences in order to make longer ones. Okay? So that you sound more like a native speaker, because native speakers do not give very short chunks of sentences in this way. So you will need to use conjunctions, different types of conjunctions. You have coordinate conjunctions like define voice, subordinate conjunctions like as we said before, when, while, though, as if, although, since, etc. Okay? We have the relative pronouns like who, which, that, whom, whose, etc. So that you can also using the transitional words and phrases, okay, which gives more fluency to what you write. And this is supposed to be part of the cohesion and coherence as well. All right, so here we use wide range of structures. Structures معناها different type of sentences، وكمان معناها different tenses، مش بس different types of sentences. We use different tenses. We use passive voice and active voice as well. هنتكلم عن الباسيف والactive بعد شوية. Okay? Also, the majority of sentences are error-free. يعني the majority means the most of your sentences are error-free, do not have any errors, and makes only very occasional errors or inappropriacies. This means that you barely make or do some errors, grammatical errors. Understand? So again, let me ask you, what are the 4 criteria by which you will be evaluated, upon which you will be evaluated? Huh? Say it out loud, please.
Task achievements.
Good. Haytham?
Coherence and cuisines.
Cohesion.
Cohesion and
coherence and cohesion. أيوة. Coherence and cohesion. Fatima, number 3. Lexical resource. This is number 3, my dear. Lexical resource.
Lexical resource and grammatical range and
accuracy.
Accuracy.
Yes, accuracy means being punctual, makes no mistakes. When you're accurate is the adjective. You're accurate. Oh, if you're accurate at work, this means that you reach on time. If you're accurate in your writing, this means that you barely make mistakes. You rarely make mistakes. Huh? Okay? All right.
Okay.
This is accuracy. Accuracy is the noun. Accurate is the adjective. All right. So this is the most important points that you need to know before you start writing. Okay. And now we're going to explain something else, which is related to part 1, which is mainly the which is mainly talking about what? The letter, writing a letter. All right? Hold on. I would like to say something with you now. Okay.
I want to show you some real kids' letters to Santa Claus. It's the holiday edition of our segment. Just kidding.
Hold on. So you guys can see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Lyrics. This comes from Renee Schultz from Waterford, Wisconsin. My 7-year-old daughter wrote this letter to Santa. Says, "Dear Santa, I would like an American Girl glow box, American Girl stuff that is in my book, a new puppy, a Wii, and I want a sister. I was a good girl, but my brother Ben said the F word like 2 or 3 times, and I just thought you should know."
All right. What is this? What is she reading?
It's a letter.
It's a letter written to
Sanya.
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Yes. Okay. So
yes.
who wrote this letter? What's
For
the
my
name
child.
of the person who wrote this letter?
Summer.
Very good, Summer. Good.
Yeah.
And how did Summer start her? Salman, zip your jacket up, please. Okay. How did Summer? Yes. How did she start her letter?
By writing dear.
Dear,
Santa.
then Santa. Do you observe that she started the word dear with a D, capital D, and Santa with a capital S?
Yeah.
Is there any commas here?
If there is any what?
Commas.
Comma, yeah.
Yeah, there is a comma here. All right?
Yeah.
She did something wrong, actually, because she's still a child. Can we start the letter here, or it should be after Dear Santa? She should start here, right below Dear Santa, right?
Right.
Good. And
Yes, in new line.
sorry?
She has to continue a new line, just to start a new line.
Yeah, to start a new line. Very good. Okay. Tell me, what's the first sentence that was written to Santa?
I would like an American girl.
Yes, very good. An American girl. Very good. Yes. Hold on just a minute, please.
Yeah.
I love that she just adds, I just thought you should know at the end. Like, very passive-aggressive tattletailer. And look at the list. Look at everything she wants. She wants a book, a puppy, a Wii, a sister. When I was 7, I got a day off from the factory, and I was happy. But I do know how you feel. I have a brother who swears like a sailor. So, Mama, I just thought you should know if you're watching.
All right. Do you guys know what's the meaning of who swears like a sailor? Swears
The
like a
meaning of
sailor.
what?
Do you know what's the meaning of the sentence that she just said? He swears like a sailor. When someone swears like a sailor, it means what? He says bad
No, I
words.
don't know.
Yes. When someone swears like
It
a
seemed like a
sailor.
bad word.
Yeah. No. When someone swears like a sailor, it means that he says a lot of bad words.
Oh,
Yeah, he's an insulted person. He keeps on cursing everyone around. Okay? Swears like a sailor. All right. So
Can you write it down, Henry, please?
okay. Now, if you're watching here,
Yes. Okay.
all right. I have a brother who swears like a sailor. This means that he keeps on saying bad words all the time. Okay?
Okay.
So, Mama, I just thought you should know if you're watching. Mark Bartlett from Yamhill, Oregon. Our daughter wanted a Bugs Bunny doll from J.C. Penney. She was very phonetic in her spelling. Here's her list. If you can just zoom in and see. Bugs Bunny, $44, and J.C. J.C.
Never mind about this one.
Forest, North Carolina. My 5-year-old son, Weston, drew this picture of Santa. Oh boy, this for his grandmother. He was very proud.
All right. Okay, I just wanted to share this part with you for fun. Okay?
Okay.
Mainly, we need to know many things about how to write a letter. Yes?
yeah.
Okay. So we need to know how exactly to write a letter. This is very important to us. Okay? Let me stop the sharing. Okay, I have already started. All right, now let me ask you a few questions. What types of letters that we may be obliged to write? What are the usual types of letters that we usually find in the IELTS test? Any idea?
Formal one.
A formal letter.
Maybe.
What else?
Formal letter V.
Yes.
Maybe
What else?
a friendly one to a family or to a friend, something like that. Interpersonal.
Okay. Formal, and the opposite is informal. A formal and informal.
Informal.
Yes, we have a formal letter and the informal letter. All right. Is there something in between?
No.
No.
Yes. We do have a semi-formal letter. All right? A semi-formal letter. Okay?
Okay.
Formal means it's in between. And what does, let's discuss these differences later on. But for now, we need to know what is required in order to get or overcome the writing test. Number one, you have to manage your time and start with task 2. This is my advice to you. Please do not start with task 1, because task 2 is usually tougher than task 1, more challenging. So don't spend much time thinking about task 1, especially that the writing section will be the last section after around 2 hours of continuous focus and concentration. So it's better if you start with task 2. Okay? طيب?
Okay.
Okay, so this is one. Number 2, Variety and range of vocabulary and grammar are the keys of the band 7. Again, the variety and range of vocabulary and grammar are the key to a band score 7 plus. Okay? Number 3, you will need to learn a lot about task 2 in specific, because task 1 is usually a very easy task, okay, that we don't need to spend very much time in. All right, so back to our topic. All right, we will have the different types of letters. Number 1, we said that we have a formal letter. Number 2 is an informal letter, and the number 3 is the semi-formal letter. The difference between them, for the formal letter, I usually write it 2. Formal, I usually write it 2.
What? To my manager, maybe.
All right, it could be to a manager. It's usually to someone you know or you don't know. Formal.
Both of them is okay.
No.
Formal.
The formal letter is usually written for someone I don't know. All right? The semi-formal is written to someone you know, but the relation between you and him is or her is formal, like your manager, for example. Okay? And finally, we'll have the informal letter, which is usually written to someone you.
You know,
Deeply
to someone you already know, like what? Like family, friends, colleagues. Yes? Okay? Okay.
Okay.
Good. Okay, now let's see what's the difference between these types of letters. 1 minute, please. Because here is my favorite video that, oh no. Okay. Are you interested in watching a video?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, but please ask all to mute all the mics, because maybe there is distribution in the quality.
All right. I believe that there is something wrong with your microphone, Haitham. There's something wrong with the microphone. It keeps on interrupting while talking. I can't hear you well. So, and there's
Unmute my mic.
Harder. We will mute our microphones. Don't worry about this.
No. I'm talking. When I unmute my mic, I can't listen you well.
When you mute your mic, you can't hear me well?
Yes, I have to mute my mic to hear you well.
Okay, I'm fine with muting your microphone. I'm fine with that. Mute it. Okay, here we go with
English عبارة عن way of communication.
Hi, welcome to Right to Top. I'm Adam. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through an informal letter. How to write a letter, especially for the IELTS General Test, Task 1. Okay. I already have made a video for the formal and semi-formal letters. You can find those in the description box.
Oh, well, first of all, let me introduce this guy. This is Adam from Engvit, right? He's a pro. He's such a professional man, and he's very knowledgeable, all right? And he's got a very good series of grammar, English grammar too. So again, this is, why do I introduce him to you? Because I want you to subscribe to his channel, because his grammar channel is an amazing one. What is it called? His channel is called Engvid. We'll have too many people in this channel, Engvid, but Adam in specific is a very professional, especially when it comes to the grammar section. Okay? Engvid,
Okay.
one word.
Okay.
E-N-G-V-I-D, Engvid. So you write YouTube, Engvid, Adam. Oh, okay. Now let's watch the video and then we'll discuss how to write an informal letter.
The informal letter, really the only difference between the three types of letters is the tone of voice and the language you use. Okay, it's going to be much more casual, much less stiff. Like stiff means you're not, you can't move that much.
Okay, please stay focused and concentrated because I will ask you a few questions right after this video. Okay, so be prepared, please.
This is going to be very friendly, very relaxed, very easy language, okay? Let's start with the actual task. An English-speaking friend is visiting your region for a couple of weeks during his holidays and has written you to ask for several recommendations. Write a letter to your friend. In your letter, offer to help find accommodations, give advice about things to do, provide information about what clothes to bring. Begin your letter as follows.
I just want you to read it carefully once more, please. This will be the given task. All right? So, to whom are you going to write?
My friend.
To a friend. Is this a formal or an informal letter?
Informal letter.
And what's the situation?
To invite him to visit your region.
For how long?
A week. A couple of weeks.
A couple of weeks means 2 weeks, right? And is he an Arab friend?
No, English.
English-speaking friend. Good. And Fatima. What? Fatima? Hello? Fatima. Is she here? All right, she's not.
Yes, I can hear you.
What are the required points to be covered in this letter?
Help find. Wait.
Accommodations. Accommodation. All right. Yes.
Okay.
So
And
actually,
give
advice about things to do and provide information about what clothes to wear. Very good. So here we have a friend who is coming to your place for a couple of weeks during his holiday, and he wants you to recommend some things to him. All right. So they want you to help them find a good accommodation. Accommodations are places to live in, like a hotel booking or good apartments around you, etc. Give him or her an advice about things to do. All right. What type, for example, what are the best things to do during his visit? And number 3, provide information about what clothes to bring. These are the 3 points that must be covered. ما بقولش that should, بقول that must be covered in your letter. If you skip any of these points, you will be penalized by not getting the required score. All right, let's continue the video.
All right.
Here, your friend's name. Okay. So a few things to keep in mind. 1, you have about 20 minutes to write this. You should have at least 150 words. Aim for about 175. I always say be a little bit more, but don't go too long. If you're over 200 words, you've written too much, more than you need to. Once you've addressed the 3 points, basically have your opening and closing, and that's it. Okay. Now we're going to look at each part because they're a little bit different from the formal and semi-formal. But if they give you how to begin, dear somebody, then that's how you begin. So let's start with the general idea of what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish. The tone. The tone basically means how your letter sounds. Okay. It should be very relaxed, very informal. That's the whole idea. And this is what the graders are looking for. Do you understand the situation? Are you using the right tone? If you're writing it like very high-end vocabulary and very certain words that you would use with your boss, then you didn't understand the point of the task. If you're writing to your friend, write it as though you were speaking to your friend, okay? Very casual. So the opening.
عارفين يعني ايه casual? You guys know what casual? Oh, casual means informal. So this means that using a slang language is okay. Using idioms is okay. And on the contrary, they are recommended. It's better if you write it. Also, contractions are suitable. Now he's going to explain all these.
So sometimes they will say, begin your letter with dear blank. If they do, then that's how you start. Dear Kevin, dear Bob, dear Wendy, dear Kathy. Okay? If they don't tell you how to begin, and you're writing a letter to your friend, be very casual. Hi, Bob. Hello, Bob. Hey, Bob. Very casual, right? You don't need no Mr., no Miss, no doctor, no honorific at all. And first name only. Do not put first and last name because you do not address your friend by his or her first and last name. I don't call my friend John Smith. I just say, hey, John, right? Because that's his name. We have a very good relationship. We're warm with each other, and therefore we can actually address each other by our first names. Now, contractions are suitable. So in terms of how you're going to use I've, it's, don't, etc., all these things. In a formal letter, you say do not. In an informal letter, you say don't. It is, it's. Contractions are okay. Slang and idiom.
Hold on. What do we mean by contractions? Contractions means putting two words, joining two words and making them one word. So instead of writing, instead of writing I am, you don't write it like this in a friendly letter. Just write I'm. Instead of writing he is, you just write he's, she's, it's. Instead of writing we are, you write we're, and it becomes one word. We are here is one word, not two words. Instead of saying they will, what should I write? They'll. Very good. They plus apostrophe LL. They'll. Instead of saying will not, what should I write? Want. Want. Will not becomes want. This is what I mean by contraction. So do you think that contractions are allowed while writing a formal letter? Formal? To someone you don't know?
No.
Not at all. Contractions are not allowed while writing a formal letter. And this is the very obvious difference between writing formally and informally. So this is number one. Are the slangs and idioms recommended in a formal letter?
Yes.
No, in a formal letter. Formal. No. When you write to someone you don't know, you cannot use slang language, neither the slang language nor the idioms at all. Okay? So do you need to show your feelings in a formal letter?
No.
Do you need to be warm while writing?
No.
Not at all. Do you, can you call the person you're writing the letter to by his first name while writing a formal letter?
No.
No, I have to put Mr.
Okay, a title like Mr., Miss, Mrs., Doctor, etc. And then you don't mention the first name. So if her name is Kate Smith, how should you start your letter?
Mrs. Smith.
Dear Mrs. Smith. Smith, not Kate Smith. All right? Calling someone by his or her first name when you don't know them is very inappropriate. And it's considered to be عارفين العيب عندنا بالعربي, it's very inappropriate in English. Okay? So don't call someone you don't know by his or her first name while writing a letter to them. Okay? Okay, so let's continue. By the way, these are different titles. I don't know whether you're familiar with them or not, but here we write Mr. MR plus period full stop. Then we'll have Mrs. MRS full stop, Miss MS full stop, Dr. DR full stop. Okay? So Mr. MR and full stop, Mrs. MRS, Miss MS, Dr. DR. And don't forget these periods. After you write dear before them, so I write here, let me write down dear Mr. Okay, so I should put it here, dear Mr. After you put this period, you put a comma. Okay? الكومة شبه الواو عندنا. This is the comma. So dear Dr. Smith, dear Miss Smith, dear Mrs. Smith, and dear Mr. Smith, then a comma. Okay? طيب.
Now, not only are slang and idioms okay, they're actually recommended. Because when you speak with your friend, you're using very casual language, including slang and idioms. Now, don't be too heavy on the slang or the idioms. One or two here and there, totally okay. You can use idioms in your formal letter as well, but very, very careful and very selective, and it has to be very appropriate. In the informal letter, you have much more freedom to use idioms. Slang, never use in a formal letter. In a casual letter, it's okay. You're writing to a friend. Now, the only time you're going to use an informal style is when the task tells you you're writing to a friend. Any other situation, you're going to be semi-formal or formal. Only with a friend are you going to be casual, informal. Now, if they say write to an acquaintance, that's too vague because an acquaintance could still be semi-formal or it could be friendly, but they're not going to make you decide that. If it's for a friend, it's informal. If it's for anybody else, it's semi-formal or formal. So if you're writing to a friend, be friendly. Don't be stiff, right? Don't be too serious with words or the language. In the context, again, just like all the other two letters, the other forms, you still have to remember what it is you're doing. Make it very clear in the letter. Are you thanking the person? Are you answering a question? Are you asking for something? Are you offering advice? Make this clear right away in the introduction. Make sure the body follows. So that's pretty much similar to semi-formal and formal. Now the language. Again, you don't want to use very serious language. You don't want to use too many high-end words because that's not how we speak with them.
Now, he's talking about something called introduction, body paragraphs, and this is very important, and the conclusion as well, and this is very important to know, okay? In any type of writing in the English language, we have to start with the first paragraph, which is called the introduction. I just introduce what I am going to write about. So again, here, if I'm dividing my letter into paragraphs, right? And, okay, sorry. That would be my first paragraph, all right? Then this will be my intro or introduction. Then paragraph 2 should be the body. Body paragraph 1, then body paragraph 2, and if you have more than 2 questions, then you will have 3 body paragraphs. And lastly here, you should put your conclusion. If you are not, or sometimes we don't write conclusions in letters. Yani conclusions are not very required while writing a letter. But again, all you have to do is to write the opening, which is dear, whatever, then the comma, Start with the introduction, and here all these are sentences to be used for introduction. Then the body paragraphs and the conclusion. So let me ask you a very important question. My question is, what should I include in an introduction of a letter? How can I write an introduction in a letter? All right. First of all I want you to know is, Malish, I'll have to stop this video for a while because I need to share something else with you before we continue watching this video, okay? Here, I'll share my white screen because this will be better if we just learn it before we watch the video. So for the introduction here, first of all, you need to write number 1. Who are you? If you're writing a formal letter, you just introduce yourself to the person that you're writing to. Okay? So if you're writing a formal letter, this means that you're writing to someone you don't know. Then at that moment, you will need to introduce yourself to this person first. Otherwise, why would this person read your letter if he doesn't know you at all? See? Okay? So now in the first sentence, you just introduce yourself. And then the second sentence, you write, why are you writing this letter? The reason why you're writing this letter. And usually start with, I'm writing this letter to. I'm writing this letter to. Now let me ask you a question. To, and then you write the reason. All right, to advise you, to answer your previous letter, or to ask you for something, or to apologize for something, or to apply for a certain job, okay? So again, let me ask you a very intelligent question. If you're writing an informal letter, will you need the first sentence?
No.
Yeah.
No, of course.
Do you need to introduce yourself
Not at
to
all.
someone you already know?
No.
No.
Informal
No.
or formal?
Informal letter, Fatima. So informal means friendly, okay? So if you're
Yeah.
writing to a friend, you don't have to introduce yourself to him or her. All you have to do is to mention why are you writing this letter. And then in the body paragraphs, this is the introduction. What should I write in the body paragraph? Body paragraph 1, body 1, should be the answer to question 1. All right? Answer to question 1. All right, how would I answer this question? As we said before, any question should be answered in this way. Main idea, which is the answer to the question. Then develop your answer by giving as many details as possible. Extend your answer by giving as many details as possible. All right? Okay, so I will give you many examples later on. And please try to end it with an example. Body paragraph 2 should be an answer to question, 2. Again, we have to repeat the same process. You start with the main idea, and then you develop your answer by mentioning or giving as many details as possible, and end it up by an example. Okay? Finally, the body paragraph 2. If you have 3 questions, you do the same with the body paragraph 3. Type. After I do all this, خلاص كده, should I leave the letter and I'm done with that? Will I get the band score 9? قال لي لا. في شوية sentences you can end your letter with, and they differ from one letter to the other depending on the type or the style that you're writing. So if you're writing to someone you don't know, for example, what should you write? You can write, for example, looking forward to hearing from you. Looking forward to hearing from you.
Best wishes?
Yes, hold on. To hearing. And by the way, after to, we always say that after to comes the infinitive, comes the infinitive form. Actually, in this case only, here comes the gerund form, verb plus ing. Gerund form, which is verb plus ing. So after looking forward to, put the gerund. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. I'm looking forward to meeting you. I'm looking forward to receiving the answer from you. Or you can say, for example, your early reply will be highly appreciated. Let me write it down. Your early response, for example, and this response can be replaced with something else, reply, all right? Your early feedback, if you're waiting for a feedback about something, okay, will be highly appreciated, will be highly appreciated, okay? And then here, you just end your letter saying either yours, comma, you can add yours sincerely, sincerely بتتكتب كده SINCERELY وبعدين comma. Most of the people forget this E, مش عارفة ليه. Okay? Yours sincerely. تعرفوا حاجة غير yours و yours sincerely؟ ها؟
No.
Thanks, best regards.
Best
My
regards
greetings.
is a good one if you're writing a formal letter. Best regards.
Yeah.
Okay, then comma. What else? في حاجة زي yours sincerely. ممكن أكتب yours إيه؟ ها؟
faithfully.
برافو عليك يا فاطمة. مين دي أسماء؟
Yes.
All right. So this is yours faithfully. All right? Yours faithfully. Then a comma. Okay, and then here you write your name, Tom, for example. هتقولوا لي طب احنا we're not given write your real name, and they're fine with that too. Okay, we don't have to hide our identity. They already know us. All right. طيب. شكل letter بقى.
What do you mean by faithfully?
Faithfully means sincerely. المخلص. Okay. Yours faithfully. أو ممكن I can end the letter saying the word love. If you're writing to brother, a sister, a friend, right, or someone you know, okay? Love and comma, husband, wife, okay? So these are friendly letters. طيب الشكل العام للletter يعني how should a letter look like? A letter should look like this. Here we write dear, name, comma. وبعدين I start from here. With second line, I will start from here. Third line from here. And I will be done with my introduction. خلاص? I'll be done with my introduction. Then in the second paragraph, هعمل نفس القصة. I will start the first question, answering the first question from here. بنعمله ايه؟ بنقول عليه 4 finger space indent. اول 4 صوابع من عندك كده تحطهم على اول الكراسه وتسيبهم فاضيين. 4 finger space indent. This is the indent. Okay? You need again starting body paragraph 1 will be you will do the same. اهو نفس الحكايه وبعدين تاني هكمل وحاطط. Okay. And then I'll continue my body paragraph 1, then body paragraph 2, okay? And finally, هكتب a closing sentence هنا, looking forward to hearing from you. And here, yours faithfully, for example, or yours, then my name. Here I will write yours, comma, and Muna, for example. Okay? This is the way my letter should look like. ما شوفش بقى بعد كده ان احنا بنكتب ايه one whole paragraph والموضوع سلطه كده وسايحه في بعض ما ينفعش. All right, the examiner must differentiate between the introduction, conclusion, body paragraphs, يعرف مين فين. Okay? Clear enough?
Okay, clear enough.
And this is very important because this is the same we're going to do while writing essays. We need to divide them into paragraphs, and the paragraphs should be very clear.
Okay. Mhm.
All right, any questions before we continue the video? Any questions?
Okay, that's clear for me.
No.
Good. So again, back to Adam.
With our friends, we're very casual. So I just wanted to say thanks for helping me out last week. In a formal letter, you would write, I'm writing to express my appreciation and gratitude for your assistance with the last week's matter, or whatever it was. Notice the different feel of the two sentences. One's very casual, informal. One's very stiff and very formal. Another example.
Which one is the formal and which one is the semi or informal? I just wanted to say thanks for. Is this?
It's informal.
Or informal? It's informal, very good. And what about the second one? I'm writing to express my appreciation and gratitude for. This is a?
Formal one.
Formal one, very good. And can you see that, what is this, what can I call this sentence? This is the introduction, صح?
That's right.
What should I write for the introduction? Remember, two sentences. What are they? Number one is? Remember.
Introduction myself.
Bravo, you introduce yourself. And number two is?
Why I'm writing this.
Why? These two sentences answer which question?
And the first is introduce.
Both of them answer the question why. I'm writing this letter. I just wanted to thank you for it, so it's a thank you letter. I'm writing to express my appreciation and gratitude for. So this is a beginning to why
I'm writing it.
Yes. Okay. Right.
Okay. Should you require any more information, please do not hesitate to contact me. Formal versus let me know if you need anything else. Very casual. Okay.
All right. These are sentences to close your letter. If you, as we said, like looking forward to hearing from you. Okay? It is exactly like this.
Okay.
These are closing sentences. Should you require any information? Should you require دي معناها لو أنت محتاج حاجة. Should you مثلا should you need anything else? Please do not hesitate to blah blah blah. Okay, this is a very formal way of saying please contact me if you need any further information. Versus means opposite. Let me know if you need anything else. This is a very informal or semi-formal.
Make sure that your language shows the tone, shows the type of letter this is. To a friend or to a boss, for example. Okay? Now, another thing about the informal letter, like with the formal letter, you have a very particular, very specific situation. It's business or it's a complaint to a restaurant, etc. So you don't need as much imagination. With the friendly letter, you have to be a bit more careful. You have to think, you have to make up a story. You need a bit more imagination when you're writing to your friend because it's not a real situation. It could be anything. So you're going to present a story because you're going to present the content. You're going to have to add, it doesn't have to be true, but it has to sound true. Now, to make it sound true, the best thing you can do is rely on your personal experience. We're going to see in the letter that I wrote for you as an example. The letter is about a friend coming to my region. My region is Toronto, Southern Ontario. That's what I'm going to talk about because I know, because it's easy for me to make up the letter contents. Okay. when you end your letter, make sure you, even though it's informal, with the formal and semi-formal, there must be a call to action. The reader must understand what the writer expects from him, or what the writer is going to do next, etc. This is also true for the informal. It's a little bit more casual, and we're going to see the example. I look forward to seeing you again. Let me know if you need anything. So it's very casual, but it's still a closing. It's still letting the reader understand that the letter is about to end and something needs to be done. Either the reader has to do something, or the writer will do something as a follow-on. You do not need a formal closing. You do not need to say yours faithfully, yours sincerely, because it's a friend. You don't talk, again, you don't talk this way to a friend. Just say, I can't wait to see you. See you later, bye. Or whatever, something like that, right? I can't wait to see you, Adam. And it's your name. Again, first name. Don't put your full name to end it, because that's not how friends talk. So let's look at the end. Okay? Be friendly, use an icebreaker, state the purpose of the letter. So with a formal and semi-formal, the first sentence must be a very clear expression of why you're writing. Not so much with the friendly letter, because again, with a friend, you know, a little chit chat. When you see each other, hey, how's it going? Long time no see. Do that in the letter too. Be friendly. Have a little warm up, an icebreaker, something just to get the conversation.
All right. Now Adam is adding something to what I just said. All right. It is very good also to use an icebreaker. Icebreaker, like what? How are things going? For example, you see, I usually use these icebreakers in the beginning of my classes. Yeah. When I ask you some questions like, how's life at your end? How's life treating you? How are you doing these days? I hope everything's getting well. All right? The same. Do the same. See, if you look here at this letter, dear Kevin, it was great hearing from you. Hopefully we can meet up while you're right in the area. Anyway, I just wanted to, and here is the reason why. I just wanted to let you know some things about Southern Ontario. See? All right?
Okay, all right.
You need to be a bit friendly and to use an icebreaker.
Yeah, so again, my friend is coming to my area. He's going to do some traveling. He wants some recommendations. Dear Kevin, first name. It was great hearing from you. So he wrote me a letter and I'm responding. So it was great hearing from you in your letter. Hopefully we can meet up while you're in the area. Again, he's coming to the area. Doesn't mean he's coming to my city, but I'm saying hopefully we can meet while you're here. Very friendly. Then right away I get to the point. Anyway, that aside, I just wanted to let you know some things about Southern Ontario, about this area that you're coming to visit for your holidays. Very simple, very brief, get to the point, be friendly, okay? Okay, so then you get into your body paragraphs. Now remember, you were given 3 tasks, 3 directives to include in your body, in your letter, right? Offer to help find accommodations, give advice about things to do, provide information about what clothes to bring. So that's what you're going to do. Ideally, each point, 1 paragraph. But if you want to mix 2 of the points into 1 paragraph, that's fine. Don't mix all 3 into 1 paragraph. Have your introduction, have at least 2 body paragraphs, the call to action, and your closing, whatever that may be. Okay? So don't mix more than 2. So the first one, offer to help find accommodations. First of all, so I'm going to tell you about Southern Ontario.
So here we are answering the first question. Sah? If you observe,
Right.
all right, if you observe, he started with one of the transitional phrases, first of all, so that he can relate his sentences to each other, his paragraphs to each other. There must be a relationship that joins the paragraphs to each other. All right? You cannot write ideas separately. They must be joined. As you join your sentences, you need to join your paragraphs as well. So here, first of all, okay.
There are lots of places to stay. So right away, I bring up the idea of accommodation. If you need some help arranging accommodations, I'll be happy to ask around and make phone calls for you. That's it. I've offered to help my friend Kevin find a place to stay. That's it. I go on to the next. Next, I'm supposed to give advice about things to do. As for outings, so outings, that's things to do, to go out and do things.
Malish, I just want to drag your attention to something that is very important. If you look at the first sentence or the first point, offer to help find accommodation. Did they ask you to help find accommodation? And what's the difference between offer to help and help? Huh?
Offer to help, the reply may be yes or no. My friend may have arranged his accommodation before.
All right.
But maybe on the other hand, for help, he means that my friend has no idea about the accommodation, about the country. Maybe it will be the first time he gonna visit my country, so I have to make it for him.
All right.
Like that.
Okay, let's listen to Haytham's idea. What do you think, Haytham?
About offering accommodation, maybe he will book a hotel, for example, through the internet. So this is a way to offer him help to find accommodation.
No, actually, this is a help. But when they ask you to offer to help, they just want you to offer help. This means that, well, I'm very much willing, or I'm very much ready to help you find accommodation if you're willing to. Or if you didn't find an accommodation yet, I can help you get over this problem by contacting some of the hotels around Ontario or in the area. Okay? So offer to help, you just offer to help. I am ready to help you. You offer something. But help, when they ask you to help find an accommodation, this means that I have already booked 2 rooms or a double room in whatever hotel, in a very luxurious hotel nearby my house, so that we can meet around. Okay? You got it? There's a difference between offer to help and help. By the way, in the writing section, we have to be very specific. We have to read the questions very well and know exactly what they want from us. So there's a difference between offer to help and give an actual help. All right, and let's move. Give advice. See, here they say give advice. So do I have to give advice? Do I have to advise him already?
Yeah.
Yes, but...
Yeah, of course.
Okay, what if they ask me to offer to give advice? Offer to give advice is not giving an advice. I'm just offering. Do you want me to give an advice or not? All right? But give advice means that you have to give real advice. And if you notice in this paragraph, see?
The Niagara region. Aside the falls themselves, big waterfalls, obviously, you can visit some wineries and small towns nearby. It's only about an hour's drive from Toronto, and you can also cross the bridge into the US for some time. So go to the Niagara Falls, go to the wineries in the area, go to the small towns, go shopping in Buffalo if you want to. And that's a bunch of things to do. Next, I want to talk about the clothes to bring, but how much can you say about clothes? It's summer, it's hard to bring shorts. Okay, so what I did to make my transition, I added one more outing and then added the clothing to that. You can also go camping up north if you're up to it. It's gorgeous there this time of year with all the nature and lakes. Make sure to pack some warm clothes though, as it gets cool at night. During the days, summer clothes are fine. So it's summer, so summertime it's hard to bring summer clothes. There's only so much I can say about clothes, so I put a little bit extra outings. But here's another way to do it. Now, sorry, let me go back. If I write this letter, my full letter is 185 words. If I write it this way, I bring it down to 154 words. I still have my required word count. I'm over 150. It's just shorter. You're taking a bit of a risk, okay? Especially if you have a lot of redundancies, things like that. I recommend going for a little bit longer. But as for the outings, I recommend the Niagara region. Besides the falls themselves, you can visit some wineries and small towns nearby. It's only about an hour's drive from Toronto, and you can also cross the bridge into the US for some shopping. Just make sure you bring lots of summer clothes because it's really hot here now. So if I just want to put in my clothes, because it's only one sentence, I'm not going to create a new paragraph for it. I'm just going to mix it into the second body paragraph and mix the two directions from the task into one paragraph. Both ways are okay. The reason I did this one with the two paragraphs is just to get a bit longer, have another chance to impress the graders with some words and some language. If you want to do it like this because it's easier, that's fine too. Just make sure you're over 150 words.
All right. Now, the point is that I would ask you this question. Can I answer 2 questions in one paragraph?
Okay,
Yes, I can combine 2 questions in one paragraph as long as I'm quite sure that I have already covered them. Especially if the answer to one of them is quite short, and I'm quite sure that I've already covered the word limit that is required from me. Then at that time, I can join 2 sentences, or I can answer 2 questions in one paragraph. Okay?
Okay.
So now, the ending. Let the reader know what is expected or how you feel or anything like that. Like basically make it clear that you're done your letter, you're closing, you're about to finish. What do you want the reader to do? What should the reader expect from you as a follow-up? If you want some other ideas or if you need anything, just let me know. I'll be glad to help you out. Also, let me know when you'll be in Toronto. So, I'm done. If you need anything else, let me know. I'll help you. And wishing you, I hope that we can meet. Again, I said this in the introduction. I'm repeating it in here. Let me know when you'll be in Toronto so we can meet. If you're going to be in Toronto. If not, that's fine too. Now, I don't say sincerely, Adam. This is my friend. He knows I'm sincere. That's why we're friends, right? So I say, okay, hope to see you soon. That's it, Adam. Can I sign it up?
All right. Adam has a different point of view. I think it's better if you write yours. Then comma and Adam. All right? Yours. If you're writing a letter, yours would be really nice. You can write yours, comma, love, comma. I believe that yours would be much more suitable and much more convenient. All right? Hope to see you soon. And then yours, comma, Adam.
I don't need to be very formal about it. Yours loyally, faithfully, all that stuff. That's for formal, semi-formal letters. Friendly, be informal. Okay? Now, here are the 2 of them. I put both of them, the slightly longer one and the slightly shorter one. You can pause your recorder and read it through.
All right. Now if you notice, did he leave a 4-finger space indent?
No, I didn't.
No, he didn't. But what makes it very clear that he wrote only 5 paragraphs? What makes you feel that there are 5 paragraphs?
The space between every paragraph.
Wallahi, صح. Okay, so it's either leaving a 4-finger space indent at the beginning of each paragraph or leaving a blank line in between your paragraphs and start from the beginning. Tani, it's either or. Either you leave 4-finger space indent at the beginning of every paragraph or you leave a blank line between paragraphs. Clear enough? Okay.
Can we apply those?
Sorry, say it again.
Can we apply those to leave the 4-finger space?
Not required. This is not required. It's either or, which is much better. It's more, it looks more professional. Don't do both of them. Either or. Choose one. All right?
Oh,
Okay.
Sure.
okay.
Forward. Both of them satisfy all the requirements of the task, and the graders.
Right.
That's basically it. Informal. So again, you only did.
Right. Here. Have you noticed that Adam makes sure to calculate the number of the words he's writing?
Yes.
Okay. And does this mean that it is very important to know how many words have you written? Absolutely yes.
Yes.
How would I do that? Again, All we need to do, I will stop the share because I want to make you, because I want you to, I will show you something now. Excuse me, Adam, thank you very much. All right, let me show you the writing. Okay. All right. I just want you to have a look at this paper because we will need to print it out. All right. This is a PDF version of the IDP answer sheet for task 1. Whenever you answer any of the questions, if you are willing to take the paper-based test, please make sure you download this answer sheet and you start answering your questions or writing your letter in them so that you can easily know how many words or how many average words you usually write per line. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so you get to know how many words you write, 6, 7, 10. Okay, so it makes it easy, very easy for you to determine whether to write 15, more than 15, 17, 20, or what. It would make it easy for you to estimate the number of lines that is required. All right? Asma, would you please send it to our group?
Yes. Okay, I'm sending it.
Adam's video too. Would you like me to send you the link?
No, it's on the group.
Oh, Habib.
I copied it while you were saying.
Thank you very much. Okay. Right. ناخد 5 minutes break. 10 minutes break. 9:30 inshallah we'll come back. All right? Because we will need to practice writing letters. Okay? Yalla, see you after 10 minutes inshallah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.